He said it once, and people are still ignoring it 2,500 years later. Confucius, an ancient Chinese teacher who saw people waste their lives, not on bad things, on meaningless things, on things that looked productive but led nowhere, on busyness that wasn't progress, on motion that wasn't movement. And he realized something most people still don't understand. Time is the only resource you can't get back. Everything else you can recover. Money, relationships, health, but time. Once it's gone forever. And most people live like they have infinite time, like there's always tomorrow, always next week, always someday. But someday never comes. And one day you wake up and realize you wasted years on things that didn't matter. So let's go back. About 2,500 years ago, ancient China, Confucius is watching people live. And he sees a pattern. Everyone's busy. Everyone's doing something. But most of what they're doing isn't actually important. It's just filling time. They're busy with gossip, with drama, with looking good, with comparing themselves to others, with worrying about things they can't control, with chasing status that doesn't matter, and they think they're living. They think they're productive. But they're just burning time. Meanwhile, the things that actually matter, the things that build character, that create real relationships, that leave something behind, those things get ignored. Not because people don't know they're important, but because they're not urgent. They can wait. There's always tomorrow, except tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And before you know it, your whole life passed and you never got around to the things that actually mattered because you were too busy with things that didn't. Confucius sees this and it bothers him. Because time is the foundation of everything. You can't build a good life without respecting time. You can't develop character without investing time. You can't create real relationships without spending time. You can't leave a legacy without using time wisely. But most people don't respect time. They waste it carelessly, constantly, and then wonder why their lives feel empty, why they never accomplished what they wanted, why they don't have the relationships they hoped for, why they didn't become who they wanted to be. And Confucius says it's simple. They didn't respect time. They treated it like it was infinite. Like they could always do the important things later. Like there was no cost to wasting today because tomorrow was guaranteed. He tells his students something direct. We have two lives. And the second begins when we realize we only have one. Think about that. Most people live like they have a practice life and a real life. Like they can mess around now and get serious later. Like youth is for wasting and wisdom comes eventually. But that's not how it works. You only get one life. One amount of time. And every moment you waste thinking you'll get serious later is a moment you'll never get back. The second life, the real life, the conscious life, that begins when you understand this. When you realize time is actually limited. Actually precious. Actually running out. But most people never have that realization. Or they have it too late. They sleepwalk through decades. And then suddenly they're old and there's no time left. And they're filled with regret about all the things they never did. All the time they wasted. All the opportunities they missed, thinking there would always be more time. Confucius says, don't be that person. Respect time now. Not later, now. Because now is all you actually have. Tomorrow is a concept. Next week is a hope. Someday is a fantasy. But now is real. Now is here. Now is where your life actually happens. And what you do with now determines everything. If you waste now on meaningless things, you waste your life. If you invest now in meaningful things, you build a life. It's that simple. that direct, that unavoidable. He watches people spend hours on gossip, on judging others, on complaining, on arguing about things that don't matter. And he asks them, was that worth your time? Did that make you better? Did that build anything? Did that matter? And they can't answer, because it didn't. It was just time killed, just hours burned, just life wasted. But they keep doing it, keep killing time like time deserves to be killed instead of respected. Confucius also sees people avoiding the hard things, the important things that require effort, learning, growing, developing character, building real relationships, creating something meaningful. These things take time, require patience, demand consistency. So people put them off. They say they'll do it later, when they have more time, when things calm down, when circumstances are better. But circumstances never get better by waiting, and time never appears magically. You have to take it, create it, protect it, use it intentionally. He said, the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. What does that mean? It means big things are built through small, consistent actions over time. You don't move the mountain in one day. You move one stone, then another, day after day, and eventually the mountain moves. But most people want instant results. They want to move the mountain today. And when they can't, they give up. They say, it's too big, too hard, too much time, so they never start, never take the first stone, never respect the time it actually takes to build something real. And years pass, and the mountain is still there, still unmoved. Not because it couldn't be moved, but because they wouldn't respect the time it takes to move it. They wanted it done fast. And when fast wasn't possible, they did nothing. Confucius says this is disrespecting time. Because respecting time means understanding that meaningful things take time. That you can't rush character development. Can't hurry real relationships. Can't force wisdom. These things require time. And refusing to invest that time is refusing to respect what time actually is. Now let's bring this to your life, because you're wasting time right now. Not all of it, but some of it. Maybe a lot of it. And you know it. You know there are hours every day that disappear into nothing. Into scrolling, into distraction, into meaningless busy work that makes you feel productive but builds nothing. Think about yesterday. How did you actually spend your time? Not how you wish you spent it, how you actually spent it. How many hours on your phone? How many hours on things that won't matter tomorrow? How many hours on things that move your life forward versus things that just fill space? Be honest, because Confucius would be. He'd look at your day and ask, did you respect time? Did you treat it like the precious, limited resource it is? Or did you waste it like you have infinite supply? And here's what's hard. You can't get yesterday back. Those wasted hours, gone forever. You can learn from them, but you can't reclaim them. That's the cost of not respecting time. Every wasted moment is a permanent loss. But you still have today. You still have now. And you can choose to respect it, to use it wisely, to invest it in things that actually matter, to stop wasting it on things that don't. Confucius would say, start with your priorities. What actually matters to you? Not what you say matters. What actually matters? Your family, your growth, your health, your character, your work. Whatever it is, are you giving it time? Real time? Consistent time? Or are you just hoping to get to it eventually? Because eventually never comes. If it's important, it needs time today. Now, not when everything calms down. Not when you're less busy. Not someday. Today. because today is the only time you actually have. He also says, eliminate the time thieves. The things that steal your time without giving anything back. The gossip, the drama, the endless scrolling, the meaningless busyness. These things don't respect your time. So why are you giving them your time? Every yes to something meaningless is a no to something meaningful. Every hour you give to distraction is an hour you can't give to growth. Every moment you waste is a moment you could have invested. And the difference between a wasted life and a meaningful life is just the accumulated result of these choices repeated over time. Confucius lived this. He spent his time teaching, writing, thinking, building relationships with students who would carry his ideas forward. He didn't waste time on status, on gossip, on impressing people who didn't matter. He respected time by using it for what he believed mattered. And 2,500 years later, we're still learning from how he used his time, still reading his words, still applying his wisdom. That's what happens when you respect time. You create something that outlasts it. Most people won't do this. They'll keep wasting time. Keep saying they'll get serious later. Keep thinking they have unlimited tomorrows. And they'll reach the end having never really lived, never really built anything, never really become who they could have been. But you can be different. You can start respecting time today. Not perfectly, but intentionally. By being aware of how you're using it. By being honest about what matters. By being willing to say no to meaningless things so you can say yes to meaningful ones. Time is your life. It's not separate from your life. It is your life. How you spend your time is how you spend your existence. And if you waste time, you waste life. If you respect time, you honor life. If you invest time wisely, you create a life worth having lived. Confucius understood this, and he left us the message, the warning, the wisdom. Respect time, because you don't have as much as you think. And once it's gone forever. Most people will learn this lesson too late, when there's no time left to change. Don't be most people. Learn it now, while you still have time to do something about it. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom that teaches you to use your time wisely.